Hi, I'm Ashira Ramadan from Jerusalem.
Don't push me. Don't push me. Okay, go. Don't push me. Okay, go.
Hi, this is Iman from Gaza.
Hi, I'm Ala Khayyou from Jerusalem.
Hi, I'm Farah Abu Qasim living in Gaza.
Hi, this is Diana Zir from Ramallah.
My name is Nagam Muhanna. I live in Gaza.
أعزائي المستمعين نقدم لكم نشرة الأخبار. I am Yara Al-Amla. I'm living in Ramallah.
Today we're getting you a completely new Sleepless in Gaza and Jerusalem episode. We're taking you, rather than taking you up where everything is happening, we're taking you under. We're going to go on a tour to the tunnels that run under the old city of Jerusalem, and it's going to be interesting. And we're joining a tour for the Center for Jerusalem Studies, and Huda Iman will also be talking to us right now once she gets us all in. So we kind of got delayed on the entrance, but we're now going in. And so let me explain. This is the beginning of the tunnels, and these are the tunnels that you hear so much about, that Israel is digging tunnels under the old city of Jerusalem and very close to Aqsa Mosque, and we're going to see how close we are. Exactly, we've got a tour guide with us as well.
Okay, so welcome to here. My name is Afner. I'm an archaeologist by profession, and I'll try to introduce you to what was found here and how it really represents the very complicated story of this city, complicated in the past almost as much as it is now. And the story is emphasizing around the most important focus of the city here, which is in the eyes of Christian and Jews, the Temple Mount, in the eyes of Muslims, the Haram al-Sharif, the noble compound.
So can you tell us, why you're the one who organizes these tours?
Yes.
And it's very good that actually Palestinians can actually come down here, because I think otherwise they wouldn't be able to come and see what's going on.
Yes.
So thank you for taking our camera down here.
It's my pleasure.
Number two,
yes.
Why is the tour guide Israeli? Can we get to Palestine?
For this specific tour, because Al-Quds tours usually show the Palestinian perspective, and for this precise tour, we recruit an Israeli archaeologist who actually trains Palestinian guides, ironically. He's a very good Israeli archaeologist. However, it's his narrative that he is talking about when he talks about the Temple Mount and the destruction of the Temple Mount and the where is the temple almost situated and so on. It is his narrative, and he also knows, and I will challenge him in a bit, that until today, all archaeologists, in addition to Jewish archaeologists, have not detected or said that this is where the ruins of the temple are.
Yeah.
So nobody has found any ruins of the temple yet. And I think their myth is becoming slowly reality, actually. This is the sad part. They are, Israelis and Jewish people are very, very good in keeping a dream alive
and turning
it into reality. Well, I hope this reality will never
as part of this reality is these tunnels in one way or another, because they're so close to Aqsa Mosque. And
part of this reality is the tunnels, and I think which have been excavated since many years. And not as like the many Palestinians think that like in 96 or 97 when Netanyahu decided to open this big opening in the rock under the Al-Umariya school on the Via Dolorosa, that this is when actually the tunnels were dug. Because when now together with me, all of you will go along the tunnels, and you will see the sophisticated way of the excavations, that it is very well ventilated, that it is unfortunately, and I will have to always repeat and remind people that many of these tunnels are dug also on the expense of the old city inhabitants' houses, cisterns, walls. You know, in the old times, people, while they were digging the foundation and doing the infrastructure, constructing their homes, they always made sure they would have a بير مي ببيتهم, يعني water wells in their homes. And we will see along the tunnels that all the water cisterns and wells of these homes are all dried up in order to have this tunnel. And this is the big threat, not only on Aqsa Mosque and the holy sites, but all on the all inhabitants of and the housing system of the old city, and especially the Muslim quarter.
Also, and I remember when I was doing stories, I went to the African community, which is right next to your center, and we saw houses that are being damaged, that drills are going into
Absolutely.
and they continue to dig. People think that they have stopped digging, but in reality,
No, they did not stop digging. I think as long as Israel will exist, Israel will always dig, and it will always construct on top of us roofs of settlers, and under us such tunnels to show the Holy of the Holies and all the Jewish myths.
This one.
Because we have a permit from Aqsa University to tour the tunnel.
Not with this. Sorry.
Okay, what is the problem? What do you think we can do in order to have the camera?
Can I
film
carry the
today?
camera, for example, without a crew, or
This camera, not inside. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Please.
Can we see? Can I talk to the rabbi?
Yes.
Maybe I can convince him.
But this will delay all of our tour. Do you understand?
What?
It will delay the whole tour. We have a tour guide.
You know, it's been a month that we've been waiting for this tour.
Let's make the compensation outside.
طب ايش بتسوي؟
أنا بقول أحسن.
اللي بنعمله بتاخد الكاميرا هاي
أنا استغربت إنه دخلنا بصراحة. أنا استغربت إنه دخلنا لأنه يعني طبعا أكيد ما بدهمش إنه نصور، بس بنقدر نصور بكاميرا صغيرة.
I can't let you with this to go inside. There's nothing to
Do
talk
you have
about.
somewhere for us to put the camera somewhere?
This is the problem. We're gonna put it here.
Yeah, but we go out. I know we go out from somewhere else.
So come back. I can't let you in.
But what is the? Can you give me like a permit, something written that we cannot film, something like a document, a proof that I can't film, like legally?
You know, because
Legally.
Legally, the charge here is the rabbi. I'm working for the rabbi, so legally I can tell you.
Security.
It's not about security.
when we were
It's
in,
about
when we
other
went
things.
in, why didn't you tell us?
I didn't
Because
saw
it's
it.
the first time we filmed.
Okay, so I speak with the.
But you saw it.
So
Yeah, I saw you.
I came. Speak with the guys. He told me it's only for the tour.
Yeah.
I saw in the TV inside the camera that I have that you interview people.
Yes.
But
So
wait, I'm
I
talking
can't-
to her. She's the tour guide. There's two tour guides.
You see you fighting without
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so
There's two people.
I can't let you take a picture
Okay,
inside.
let me do this. Let me do this. What if we don't talk? No, what
with
if we,
this,
without?
with this,
How
this-
about?
listen, with this, no, this is TV. This is not regular camera to like tour.
Can I get
Look,
the tourist?
look,
Yeah,
this is
they've got
okay.
tourist
This
cameras.
one-
But you know there are
This is
small
better,
there are small cameras which are more sophisticated than this big camera.
So do it with a small camera.
Can I film with a small camera?
Okay.
Okay,
Do it
I'll
with
get a
this.
small.
Okay.
And if you're gonna, don't
I
introduce
don't want to
people
talk to
inside.
people. So now this one that you're seeing is what they're saying is the temple, the Jewish temple, and its place now is Al-Aqsa Mosque. And this is all the theories that they're saying that it was destroyed and they would want to rebuild it. But let me explain to you something. Why we're carrying a very small camera and we have to whisper half of the time is after we filmed a little bit of talking with Huda. The security came over and they took the camera, so we have to film now in a small camera and pretend that we are tourists. Otherwise, they're gonna come back and take the camera, this one, small one as well. So bear with us.
Which is the focal important place for Christianity. Since all the time, at the time of Herod and when the Romans took over later, this was the area from where they controlled the whole compound, fearing for riots.
Okay, so now we're gonna go to supposedly a church, which when I came last time for this tour, there wasn't. So yeah, they just continue to grow. Yeah, they were talking about the temple. So I think we have to actually. I want the camera to actually show you how massive this place is, and for you to understand we're actually under the old city of Jerusalem, and all this massive gap and this digging and these tunnels are happening underneath the old city of Jerusalem. So I don't know how you can see how big this is.
It's the place where the Jewish people purify themselves before going to the temple. So we can also argue that there is no absolute proof. Maybe this is newly built mikveh, and it's done in a very sophisticated manner to look like a mikveh in order to prove that this is the temple. Yani it's I'm just doing the advocate. Yeah, devil's advocate. But please carry on. Please.
Okay. So. Again, if I go to my point of view, what was excavated lately here is indeed this kind of purifying mikveh that needed water, and that will bring me back to a question that I was asked. Indeed, as for water sources, the very ancient one that still is here is a big spring in Silwan.
Byzantine church. It's an awesome Byzantine church. And last time we came with Diana, we didn't have access on that place. Probably they were excavating. They keep excavating every day. But
there's a whole city under the city.
It's interesting to explore the topography of Jerusalem. This is what's unique about the city. It's the levels of civilization along the history.
Two more halls like that.
Church, but it says that it's something from the Temple Mockery.
Well, this is again the Israeli narrative, where they want to not only falsify history, but they want to try as much as possible to relate whatever findings to a Jewish entity. They want to try and create a Jewish culture where there isn't.
Is there any Islamic artifact anywhere around here, or they don't even mention them?
This is all Mamluk on top of us. On top of us, it's all Mamluk.
So it's Islamic culture.
It's Islamic architecture. And
several consequences may lead to the crashing of the Aqsa. So if the Aqsa crashed, would all of this crash?
Nothing is excavated below the Aqsa. There is this Al-Aqsa al-Kadim is open for centuries.
Yeah, but I hear a lot of rumors that the Aqsa is being
That can be checked, and it is checked. There are no works below the Al-Aqsa. the whole compound. There was one place that we'll come to, we'll see where it was open and Jewish archaeologists did go in and chased out later on, and the Waqf blocked it. But below the compound there are no excavations. That the status quo, and you can trust also the Palestinian side and the Waqf that they are very strong and careful to make sure that it won't be violated.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm 50 years of age.
There are still some Umayyad stones up there in the corner. If you would like to have a look at them, maybe next time they would be
that corner.
Here. They wouldn't be here anymore.
أنا دور أنا دكتور رمزي. هذا what are these?
This is a Umayyad stone.
Umayyad stone.
Umayyad, therefore, which means that yes, we have also the Umayyad civilization here in Jerusalem, and these are some of the ruins which are still here. Not yet.
Seems like they're getting them out of here.
Not yet stolen, yes, from this place to have them disappear. Because the other time when we visited, they were there, and now they're here, and most probably they will be hidden next time. As usual, they will be
Can you explain more what you're saying? So they're saying behind us is Aqsa Mosque, or
No. We are very close to Bab al-Silsila.
Bab al-Silsila? What is it in English?
The chain gate.
Right, chain gate.
Okay.
So Al-Aqsa is far away. The Dome of the Rock is inside, over here in this direction. Okay, it's hard to imagine because we are much below it. But again, this is the wall which continue up and make the outside walls of the whole compound. Now, at the ancient time, I'm trying to say there was a gateway here as a corridor that let people in. And when the excavation removed the dirt from here, this was found quite empty, and the excavators came and explored, looked through that period, and that was heard and discovered by the people up in the mountain, and the Waqf stopped it and poured this concrete here to block the way.
Behind there is the Dome of the Rock.
So just
and that's where it's
yes. So this is the continuity of Al-Buraq, the western wall of Al-Aqsa, and this is, as you can see, the arch. It's an opening to Al-Aqsa Mosque, to the Plaza, to the Haram al-Sharif, and when the Israeli excavations were going along to the Haram al-Sharif,
they got stopped.
The Waqf, there were riots, and the Waqf, the Islamic Waqf stopped them from excavating and going in. So the Islamic Waqf actually closed this part of.
This is the closest we get to the Haram al-Sharif.
So this is the closest actually that we can get to the Haram al-Sharif. But all along the wall and all along the tunnels.
Do you actually believe that they didn't go under?
I think they already went under many years ago, and they haven't found any ruins. And this is just the myth to continue giving hope and to give themselves a certain justification in order not to demoralize the Jewish people, and in order to use this as to continue using it as a symbol for the Holy of Holies. المهم ما يلعناش في البلد. نشوف ايش حكوا.
Right, so let me see. See those windows? It shows you that there's still things under, even layers and layers. I think this is amazing. It's beautiful. The tunnels and all of this and the art, the history behind it and the archaeology. And I'm very interested in it, but it's at the same time it's very annoying because I know that behind these walls is the Dome of the Rock and the Aqsa Mosque and the second most holiest place for Muslims across the world. And this is only the
The bomb destroyed the city, destroyed also the fortress, everything was and the same happened and that is part of a forum, an agora, or marketplace of the Romans there. So thank you very much for coming and joining us.
Thank you.
What are your impressions after this tour?
First of all, Jerusalem is the most fascinating city on earth, and it has several layers of history. Unfortunately, what we have seen, and we had to see here, is that Israelis have done archaeological digs contrary to international law. International law prohibits an occupying authority of doing any physical change in an occupied territory. And it's an ideological exercise because it's tailor-made around a supposed temple that was supposed to be there. And I believe that in their archaeological digs, they have maltreated different layers of our history. All the layers that preceded the Hebrew layer have been maltreated. But it's our city, and it's a fascinating city. It's an unhappy place because it's being occupied, it's being mutilated, it's being caged in by the wall, and one cannot forget when you are underground what's happening overground. Let's hope that a peace process, credible, believable, efficient, will be triggered and salvation is in the horizon. But Jerusalem is a city we love and affection. We just came out of the tunnel opposite the school where my grandmother, my mother, and my sister studied here, the sisters' school in Ecce Homo. So all those invoke and resurrect memories that we all had. I really bow in respect for Huda Imam, who has become a locomotive in this city, and I have always paid tribute to the role of women in our Palestinian society. I think that she is reawakening the city, gathering people.
Were you mentioning me?
Yes, I was saying that you have become the locomotive of Jerusalem, helping reawaken the city because the city needs being reawakened. And women, in our proclamation of independence in '88, we refer to them as the keepers of the flame. And I'm not surprised that you, the team doing the Sleepless episodes, are all a team of angels doing it.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Take care. I'm stay in touch.
Stay tuned. Sleepless in Gaza and Jerusalem.
In the old city of Jerusalem.
And tonight in the old city of Jerusalem.
Hi, Huda superstar.
Hi, I'm in Khan Younis, right next to one of the most popular water treatment stations in here. As you can see, that there are a lot of people that come in here in order to get the clean and drinkable water because the water in Khan Younis is mainly polluted So some say it is the municipality disorganized these facilities so that people can get the clean water. طيب ايش بتسوي انت قاعد؟ انزل على المي انزل. يعطيك العافية.
الله يعافيك.
هلا. انت كل مرة تيجي بتعبي المية من هون؟
والله يعني يوم في الاسبوع بعبي، انا بشتغل في شرطة معابر الرفح. عبر الرفح. لما مش دائما بعبي، يعني كل اسبوع لما بعبي واشرب انا والشباب.
طب فيش محطة عندكم هنا؟
والله في، بس يعني بعبي بكونوا قزايز فاضيات معي، بعبي عادي فيش اي مشكلة يعني.
هذه يعني مش انه هذه المحطة احسن من اللي هنا؟
والله هذه محطة مية يعني كويسة وطعمها كويس في الشرب يعني. وعندنا برضه في المعبر رفح مية كويسة. شايفة كيف؟ بس احنا يعني اللي بنلاقيه بسد.
So he works in the crossings department in Rafah crossings, and I'm asking him why he's coming here. He said that he's coming to get some clean water and fill it into those small bottles. I'm asking him whether he comes always here. He says that he comes here only once or twice a week to get water for the employees in the department of Rafah crossing. And also he said that they have a water treatment station right there next to the borders, but they prefer that one. And whenever there are a number of empty bottles, he come in here and fill it with clean water. طب هذا الخدمة مين بتوفرها؟ اللي هي شو اسمه البلدية؟
البلدية نعم البلدية. بلدية خان يونس.
انت من سكان خان يونس؟
نعم انا من سكان خان يونس.
طب بتيجي انت تعبي مية هنا؟
لا والله انا سكان من خان يونس، ولكن انا معي سيارة بطلع يعني.
بتعبي منها لبيتك؟
بعبيش منها لبيتي، بعبي للسيارة للشباب يعني احنا بنشرب المعبر الشباب يعني. اللي بالمقطوع بيشرب منها عادي مفيش اي مشكلة.
طب في بيتك انت؟
في بيتي انا عندي يعني برميل بعبي منه عادي.
يعني تعبي مية حلوة؟
بعبي 500
لكن المية العادية مش
لا تصلح للشرب. نعم.
I'm asking him about his home, whether he comes in here to get some water for his family. He says no, because in his home he has a water tank that he fills. طب قديش بتعبيه هذاك التانك تبعك في البيت؟
والله انا يعني في البيت بعبي يعني كل شهر 500 لتر.
كل شهر.
نعم.
He needs 500 liters of water each month. ومين بيجي بعبي لك اياها؟
بعبي لي يعني الناس اللي بتلفلف السيارات بتعبي ميه
في
حلوه.
محطات معينه يعني؟
في محطات بتلفلف على البيوت يعني.
بتكلمها انت وبتيجي؟
انا بكلمها على الجوال بتجيني على طول.
I'm asking him how can you fill the water tank that you have at home. He says that I call one of the people working in those water stations, and he comes over to my home, and then we fill in the tank and we use it for about 1 month. بتعبي هذا المية لمين انت؟ ليلى؟
وضع عليها
للبيت؟ للبيت؟ طب كل قديش تيجي تعبي هالمية؟
كل يومين.
كل يومين؟ يعني بتستهلكوا قديش هذا بتستهلكوها في يومين؟ في يومين؟ He says that he comes here each 2 days in a week to bring some water. طب فيش عندكم المية اللي عندكم في البيت مش حلوة يعني؟
لا تصلح للشرب.
عندنا بير احنا مالحة، مية مالحة.
He says that the water we have is not sweet, it's not drinkable. That's why he comes in here. طب اغلب المنطقة انت من المنطقة هذه، اغلب المنطقة بتيجي تعبي هان؟ I'm asking you whether the whole people living in this neighborhood or in Khan Younis come in here. He says that almost all people. في محطة تحلية ثانية هنا في Khan Younis ولا بس هذه؟
لا فيش غير هذه.
I'm asking whether there is another water treatment station. He says that it is the only the most popular one in Khan Younis. انت بيتكم بعيد من هان يا شو اسمك انت؟ احمد. بيتكم بعيد من هان يا احمد؟
هو عندنا دجاجة.
طب كيف بتحمل هذه للبيت؟ على كتفك؟ I'm asking him whether he lives far away from this or just near it. He says that I mean not far away, not very close, but he carries it on his shoulder, taking it to his home. طب وانت اللي بتعبي الازايز برضه انت بتاخدها على بيتك؟ وين ساكن انت؟ بعيد عنها؟
بعيدة شوي.
طب كيف بتيجي بتعبي كل يوم الازايز؟
بتشيلهم
شيء؟ بتجيبش معك لا عربة ولا سيارة ولا شيء؟ يعني ساكن بعيد انت. طيب he lives far away. طب كل قديش تيجي تعبيها؟
كل يوم بس.
كل يوم he comes every day to fill in the bottles and to take them back home. He lives far away, but he has to carry all these things with him. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
يعطيك العافية. طب هلا شايفة ان احنا على في نص او في مركز محطة تحلية مياه.
صحيح.
حدثنا شوي عن هذه المحطة وعن المشروع.
المحطة تتكون من المحطة وحدها هي عبارة عن جزء من مشروع كامل متكامل لتنقية المياه واستخراجه وتوزيعه إلى أماكن مختلفة، عبارة عن خزان مياه من الخرسانة، وفوق منه في بلاستيك خزان مؤقت، وفي تحت منه خزان اللي هو الخرسانة الكبير لتخزين المياه المحلى من المحطة. وتحت من مراحل لا فائدة منها، الفائدة الكبرى تتوقع عبارة عن المحطة هذا عداد استخراج المياه العذبة، وهذا عداد استخراج العادم المياه المالحة بعد التنقية.
So we are now here in the middle of water treatment station in Khan Younis, and it is a kind of project. I'm telling the man in here to tell me about the mechanisms or about the project. He's saying that it is one of the projects in Khan Younis to clean the water and to distribute it freely to the people. So it's non-beneficiary associations, and as we can see that there are here some things, I mean, that they use in the process of cleaning the water, of desalination, and then turning it into clean drinkable water. And after that, and on the roof of this room there is a 3 tanks, like one of the tanks that they use it to store the clean water after the end of the process of treatment, and another temporary tank where الخزان المؤقت ايش بتحطوا فيه؟
هذا الخزان المؤقت هو عبارة عن خزان تحضيري للمياه الخارجة من الآبار الجوفية لتزويد المحطة بالمياه الطبيعية الغير مفلترة.
يعني أول شغلة لازم يكون في بير في العمل.
صحيح.
هذا البير أنتم حفرتوه؟
فحرناه. وين هو البير؟ فوهة البير هذا واحد من الآبار اللي قام بإنشائها المجلس العلمي للدعوة السلفية. هو هذه فتحة البئر هذه هي.
So there is one temporary tank in there that where they put the water before the process of treatment, and I'm telling him that where did they bring the water? Originally they bring it from a well, and the well that is the top of the well, and they bring it from right here, and then the water goes through a long process till up there is a temporary tank that it has some time. قديش بدها تطب المي عشان تصير عملية تحلية يعني؟
بدها وقت، لازم تمر في عدة مراحل. أولها مرحلة الفلترة أو التصفية من الشوائب الرمل وخلافه. يمر عن طريق هذا الجهاز، جهاز التحضير من البئر الجوفية. أي نعم، عبارة عن فلاتر.
And first of all, they get the water from the well, and after that, water goes through a long process, beginning of that it is put in here inside that tank to get prepared for the process of water treatment, to get cleaner from the sand, from the other stuff that can be stuck and making the water unclean. يعني بتوزعوا انتوا المية؟
بنوزع المية إلى مناطق توزيع عامة، منها مؤسسات ومنها أماكن عامة مجانا طبعا. مجانا، كلها مجاني وبدون مقابل ولا أي شيء. حتى المكان، جمعيات، مؤسسات، مدارس، وأحيانا أحياء سكنية. بنوزع في مناطق توزيع في الخزانات برضو من عندنا.
So it's also one of the services to distribute water to the different places in Khan Younis, to associations, to societies, to schools, sometimes to complete a neighborhood. طب إيش اللي خلاكم تعملوا مشروع تحلية مياه؟ يعني انتم مثلا عملتوا دراسه شفتوا انه المروحه بتضر بالهذا ولا كيف؟
المشروع السقيا هو مشروع من المشاريع القائمه عليه المجلس العلمي للدعوه السلفيه. مشروع السقيا لا يقتصر على هذا المشروع بالذات، في عندنا ابار عديده يقوم على تنفيذها المجلس العلمي، وفي ابار بنقوم بصيانتها احنا. خلينا نقول 8 ابار على الاقل، وفي 2 3 بنقوم على صيانتها بعض الاشخاص اللي هم ابار لا يستطيعون صيانتها.
So mainly this project is one of the main projects of the Scientific Council of Salafi Scientific Council, and they also have about other projects of 8 wells that they're working on, and other 2 wells that they make some kind of maintenance over them. كلنا عن الصعوبات اللي بتواجهوها هنا في المحطة، نتيجة الحصار، نتيجة الكهرباء، نتيجة الشيء.
أول صعوبة بنواجهها هي الكهرباء، انقطاع التيار الكهربائي. انقطاع التيار الكهربائي فبالتالي بأثر على الطاقة الإنتاجية للمحطة. يعني طاقتها الإنتاجية الأصل أن تكون 36 كوب لليوم. الحين لا نستطيع إلا استخراج 25، وبالصعوبات مع المولد الموجود عندنا هذا اللي بنقدر، ومع ذلك في الأوقات الليل لا نستطيع أن تشغيله، فبالتالي بأثر على طاقتها الإنتاجية.
So I was asking him whether they got affected, or what is the impact of the siege on the productivity of this station. He says that it depends because of the power cut, because there's no electricity. Sometimes, usually in the normal conditions, we produce about 36,000 liters, but now because there's no electricity, we only produce 25,000 liters, and this is with the help of the power generator that we're using. But in sometimes we cannot use it at night, for example. So it is affecting us deeply negative, and on the negative side. So we have seen that how the water is cleaned, how the water is treated, and I would like to tell you that in the Gaza Strip, that most areas that they have polluted water. So thanks God that we have such kind of helpful associations that provide people with water freely. I mean, for me in the Gaza city, I feel that people we go and buy clean water, but in here in some areas, because of those good people, good societies, they got the water freely. Hope you can drink good water one day.